right, so the goal, yeah, I mean French politics, thank you. The goal of today is to go over, or introduce rather, two-way proofs. What you're used to seeing, or at least what you saw in the first couple sections of Chapter 2, was a paragraph proof where I would give you a picture and I would say, given this information, you have to prove this information, and you use words and you use statements and postulates, they're called, to prove why things work the way they work, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce two column proofs, and I'm going to introduce them by doing just regular old math problems. All right, regular old math problems. Oh my gosh, regular old math problems, and I'm going to make a two column proof doing that. So if I'm given I'm literally going to make this up. I'm going to try to, I don't remember the problem that I gave you, but this is very similar to the problem that you saw on the test where I said your first step has to be subtract 2 from both sides. But most of you were able to correct that by saying, no, you could subtract, or you could combine like terms. Hold on, let me do some math in my head. Here we go. My job is to prove that x equals 2. All right. I'm going to introduce to you two column proofs by doing regular old math problems where we know the beginning, we know the end, but we don't have any information on the stuff in between. But what we do is we start from the very beginning, which last time I checked is a very good place to start. And then we just use common sense to work our way to the end. Now, what I like to do is I like to off to the side make a rough draft. This is my rough draft. Is this what we have to do? No. But in my rough draft, I like to take what I have and what I need to aim for, and then do all the work, do all the math, do everything I need to do, and give reasons why I do that right next to it, so that when I make my paragraph proof, it's not like I'm just doing it on the fly. It's kind of like I'm a really, 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 really bad essay writer. And, oh, by the way, when I say essay, I'm not talking about my friends. Oh, boy. But anyway, I'm a really bad essay writer, and when I have to write essays, I can't just do it on the fly, otherwise I will fail. I have to make an outline and a rough draft and then go from there. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. I'm going to take my problem, I'm going to show my steps, and give little reasons along the way. All right, so let's use blue be the work that I do, and red be my reasons, okay, given. Oh, blue and red, like the Republicans and the Democrats. Or red and blue, like the Republicans and the Democrats. Or purple, like the independents, am I right? So the first thing that I would do is I would combine like terms, and that would give me 5x plus 2 equals 12. What did I just do? I combined like terms. What color is libertarian? That's not purple, is it? I don't remember. Don't answer that. The next thing that I would do, I'm not sure. The next thing that I would do is I would subtract 2 from both sides, which would land me this. And what did I do? I did this subtraction property of equality. Subpo. And if you're wondering, like, why didn't you just say sub? Because I didn't want to confuse subtraction with substitution. The next thing that I would do is I would divide by 5, and that would land me with x equals 2, and that would be my division po, the division property of equality. So I started out here, I ended up here, which is what I was aiming for. Okay, this is my rough draft. Now what I have to do is construct a 2-column proof, which has another name. So if you're searching, like if you're still not sure and you're just dying to learn more, they're also called formal proofs. Formal proofs. The difference between a formal and an informal proof is an informal proof is allowed to wear blue jeans. This is what a I almost said two-way table. A 2-column proof looks like. On the left side, you have what's called your statements. On the right side, you have what's called your reasons. And I'm going to use my rough draft over here to construct. Everything that I did in blue are going to be my statements, and everything I did in red are going to be my reasons. So statement number 1, and your book likes to use A, B, C, D, E, whatever. I like to use numbers. It doesn't really matter at all. Don't be like, oh, which one does he have to do? Which one must I do? Don't freak out. My statement is going to be 2x plus 3x plus 2 equals 12. Just like in the paragraph proof. You have to start out with your given. The next thing I did was I combined the 2x and the 3x, and that gave me 5x plus 2 equals 12. So statement number 2 was line number 2 over here. And my reason from going from 2x to 3x to 5x is because I combine like terms. Step 3 is over here. I went from 5x plus 2 to 12 to 5x equals 10. How did I do that? Well, I subtracted 2 from both sides. And the reason behind that was the subtraction property of equality. Subtpo. I've heard of Edgar Allan Poe, but Subtpo? I can't wait to rewatch this video and then take all of my dad jokes and just rip them out and make my own Instagram video out of them, which absolutely I'm going to do. Are you guys still making that list of the dumb things I say? I will post it on the gram. Thank you, Santi. Oh, because of fun? Anyway, my last thing is I go from 5x equals 10. See, Camilla, I know things. 5x equals 10 to x equals 2. And the reason why I did that to get from 5x equals 10 to x equals 2 is I used the division property of equality. Oops. So that's what a 2-column proof looks like. A 2-column proof is, I guess, maybe friendlier looking than a regular paragraph proof because you don't have to write near as much. But again, what I do, the whole point of it, and I can't stress enough, the reason why I'm kind of glad today happened and you know, we won't have class on Monday and Tuesdays, it's giving me, instead of just jumping right to the geometric proofs, I get to just really start out with like stuff that you already know, the math that you already know, and I could take the math that you already know and turn them into proofs like this. So this is what they look like. Okay. Santi's back. These are called 2-column proofs. So Lily, what you may have missed, and whoever came in a little bit late was Athena, I think. You guys have on Monday, you have to take those wonderful CDT tests again to show that you improved from September. Yes. So what the last thing I wanted to do, and I found this out at 11:30 or 11 o'clock today. So the last thing that I want to do is get you guys started on a section that that is challenging on a Friday, and then not be able to look at it again until Wednesday. So we're just going to take our sweet old time going over it, and we're going to introduce things first. What if I gave you given 3 times 2x minus 6 equals let's do negative 20 plus 6x plus, no, you don't have Monday off, plus 2. You're taking those CDT tests in the afternoon. All right, I'm going to prove. No, you don't. No, we don't have Tuesday off either. We don't have anything off. It's just that we have to do those tests in the afternoon those days. And so I won't teach you in a normal class. To infinity and beyond. No, Paul, it does not. But what I was told is the people who show the most improvement get like gift cards for Walmart. I'm not even kidding. Like $10 gift cards. So yeah, I know. Oh, Liliana, come on, don't poo-poo $10. $10 at Walmart can get you like 10 of those box candies. All right. Let me flip this around and do, no, I take that back. I will do my rough draft, but I'm going to do my rough draft on this scrap piece of paper that I just ripped over here. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do exactly what I did before. I'm going to use blue to show my work. I'm going to use red to explain what I did. All right. I have my given is 3 times, I don't need that anymore, 3 times 2x minus 6 equals negative 20 plus 6x plus 2. All right, somebody in the chat, give me a reason or give me something to do first, and you could either use the reason words, or first off, in the chat, what is my reason for doing that, for writing out that step? What is my reason? So when I make a 2-column proof, what am I going to say on the right side of the column? Good job. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll do what Santi said, because I kind of misspoke at first. I'm going to do what Santi said, and what Santi said is let's do the distributive property. So when I do the distributive property, I have 6x minus 18 equals negative 20 plus 6x plus 2. And the reason to show that work is the distributive property of equality. What's a next step that I can use? So none of those are wrong. None of those are wrong, but that's not what I would do. None of those are wrong, but that's not what I would do. Adding what? Okay, good. Paul got it. So what you guys said technically are each things that I could do. Somebody said subtract 2. I'm allowed to do that. Somebody said add 20. I'm allowed to do that. Somebody else said something else, and I don't remember what it was. But what Paul said is, why don't we combine the like terms on the right side? So I would end up with 6x minus 18 equals negative 20 plus 2, which is that. What did I just do? Combine like terms. What can I say now for an answer? It is like terms, but I would never go after you and say a like terms is wrong. Yeah, Santi said at this moment right now, I can say that the answer is infinitely many solutions or infinite solutions, whatever your teacher taught you back in the day. Because the moment you get the left side and the right side equaling each other, I can say infinite solutions. Thank you. Infine. What the heck? I did it with both of them. Oh. So the reason why I'm allowed to say infine solute is because of the definition of infine solute. Oh, wait a minute, Paul, you're going to love this. It all depends on the definition of what is. Who said it? Paul, who said it? I'll give you $1 million if you can tell me who said it. Oh, he doesn't know. I'm going to make it's Bill Clinton when he was getting impeached. All right, let's make our 2-column table. Wow, that's super crooked. Let's make our 2-column table. We have our statements on the left and our reasons on the right. No, I spelled it right. All right, so I'm going to write out my statements according to the rough draft that, let me try to get that moved over so you can see what I have. All right, there's my rough draft. Statement number 1 is the given. 3 times 2x minus 6 in parentheses equals negative 20 plus 6x plus 2. Oh, whoops, 1 is given. Statement number 2 is 6x minus 18 equals negative 20 plus 6x plus 2. And it was Santi who told me the reason why I'm allowed to do that is the distributive property of equality. The distributive property of equality. Because you did distribution. My third statement is if I combine these two, I get 6x minus 18 equals negative, or 6x minus 18. What did I do there? I combine like terms. Last but not least, I'm allowed to say, and I'm going to word it in the way that my proof has it, there are infinite solutions. and I'm going to be more, so I got it right that time. I'm going to be more specific in my reason because I'm writing this out like you're the student. So if you were writing this out to me, you need to pretend like I'm dumb and I don't know exactly what you mean. So I want you to be like, well, in an equation, when the left side equals the right, it is infinite solutions. So I'm just like really explaining myself. Whoo, boy. If I don't have lines on my paper, you might as well just not even try. That's my motto. Yes, sir. It is. Let's do a super quick one. I'm going to get another piece of paper. Given M is the midpoint of AB and AM equals 12 and MB equals 3x, prove x equals 4. All right, rough draft time. Let's draw a picture. M is the midpoint of AB. So I start out with AB. M is the midpoint. What does that mean? I am given AM is 12. I'm given MB is 3x. That's what this is all information that I'm given. Everything there in green, except for the fact that I went and put those lines there, is all the information I'm given. I'm allowed to say that AM equals MB. Why am I allowed to say that? Because of the definition of midpoint, right? Midpoint says if you have a midpoint, it splits your segment into 2 equal parts. AM is 12. MB is 3x. Why was I allowed to say that? By the substitution property of equality. Substipo. 4 equals x. Why was I allowed to say that? Div po. Oh, but you know I don't like that. Do I? X equals 4. And this is one of those properties that we very rarely use. If 4 equals x, I'm allowed to turn it into x equals 4, and that's the symmetric property. I mean, the math there makes sense. Everybody in this, I almost said everybody in this room, everybody in this Google Meet can do the math part. That's not a big deal. Statements, reasons. My first statement is my given. M is the midpoint of AB. AB? AB. I have 6 of those. I'm also given AM equals 12 and MB equals 3x, and all of them's is my given. If M is the midpoint, blah, 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 blah. Okay, now I'm going to go over here. I'm allowed to say that AM is equal to MB. And the reason why I said that, wrong color, the reason why I said that was the definition of midpoint. Well, Mr. Perich, that's a really good idea, spacing things out so that your proof is nice and even. Thank you. 3. 12x equals 3x, or sorry, 12 equals 3x. And what did I do there? I did the substitution. Property of equality. After I divide both sides by 3, I got 4 equals x. Why did I do that? Because of the division property of equality. And last but certainly not least, x equals 4. And that's the symmetric property of equality. So what I did is this video or this lesson or whatever you want to call it, I have I did 2 algebraic 2-column proofs, and I finished by doing a geometry one, which you were like, I thought you said we weren't going to do geometry. Yeah, but you know, there's a whole lot of math in geometry, and that's why I tied those things together.